All right, guys, so what we're going to focus on today is just some things you could do before your workout. Some of them are going to be stretches, some are going to be mobility type of drills, just to make sure before you go into any type of workout, or this would just be good to do at any time just for the health of your joints. But we're just going to focus on opening up some things like the ankles, moving around with the knees, opening up the hips a little bit, and then moving around with the shoulders and the top half, just to make sure before you start your workout or your day, all those joints that are supposed to be pretty mobile are just loosened up and ready to go. So these will just be some real easy things you could do, as soon as you wake up or right before your workout. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is just open up some space starting at the bottom with the ankles. So what you're gonna do is you can kneel on the floor or just kneel on a pad or something. And you're just gonna put the tops of your feet on the ground so your heels are kind of sticking up. And you're just gonna start to sit back and kind of shift some weight onto your feet so your weight starts to push down and just kind of pull apart the front side of the ankle. And you kind of, if it's too much, you could lean forward and put your hands on the ground, or you could lean back even more. If you're able to, you could get your hands behind you and kind of shove your hips up towards the ceiling and put some weight back and open up the chest a little bit. And you're just going to hang out here for a couple breaths, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then you can start to walk it back forward. And when you take that pressure off the ankles, just you kind of lift your feet up and just kind of wiggle them and get some blood through there and shake them out. You can make circles, and then you kind of just pump them up and down and just get some circulation moving through there. So from there, we're going to move into a sway with the hips. So you could rest your head in your hands, tuck your knees in about 90 degrees so your heels are pretty close to you. And what you're going to do is just try to keep your shoulders down on the ground, and you're just going to kind of sway and pivot through the hips. So it just kind of makes like a little rainbow up and across. And you're going to kind of keep your top half from rolling around and following. So you're just going to move side to side and just sway in the knees. And you can do like 20, 25 of these. And you might feel, some clicks and cracks in the back. But that's okay. You just adjust yourself a little bit and keep rolling side to side. All right, guys, next up, we're just gonna move some circulation through the knees and the hips just to like get out any clicks and cracks and start to wake them up a little bit and kind of produce some joint fluid. So what you're gonna do is you can reach underneath of one knee and just kind of pull it in towards your chest. And from there, you're just gonna squeeze your leg up straight towards the ceiling. And then on the bottom part too, make sure you squeeze down like you're kind of crushing your hand. So you kind of contract through the backside and then contract up through the front side and squeeze up. And then on each one, try to get your leg a little straighter. Okay, and then come down, squeeze down. And you can do about 15 to 20 of these on each leg just to get the knees to start waking up a little bit. All right, guys, so next up, we're going to combine stretching the hips with also starting to incorporate it with your upper body. So we're going to start moving around the shoulders a little bit too. So it's going to be a little bit more dynamic. So you're going to kneel down on one knee, and you're going to take a big step forward with your other leg, so you're pretty square facing forward. And what you're going to do is, without arching your back, you're just going to start to lunge forward until you feel like a little bit of tension through the hamstring or through the front side of the hip. From there, the knee that's on the bottom, you're going to raise that arm up as high as you can, so fingertips up to the ceiling. Your other arm, you're going to push those fingertips down towards the floor, so they're opposite. From there, you could kind of keep reaching up and keep lunging forward, and you're going to start to tip over and kind of reach across. So one hand's real high, the other hand's pushing down, and you're just going to be kind of lunging forward. And then after you do this stretch for about like 25, 30 seconds, you could kind of rest the arm a little bit, and you could just pulse into a few lunges. Same thing, pushing this knee forward, pushing this knee down, kind of tightening up this leg. And just each lunge is going to further open up the hips a little bit. And then you could just switch over, stretch a little bit, and do the other side. So last thing we're going to do for today is just stretch out the inside, so the groin area a little bit where most people are super tight. We're going to incorporate this again with a little bit of rotation through the middle spine, so opening up the chest and the shoulders again. So what you're going to do is you can place your hands in front, and then one leg you're just going to scoot it out to the side, and you're just going to kind of try to get it straight, toes pointed forward, and kind of slide it out until you feel a little bit of tension right through the groin area. From there, you're going to plant the opposite side hand of the leg that's out. And with the same side arm, you're just going to take that palm and just reach it for the ceiling and just keep sliding that leg out to the side and reaching up. And just take a few breaths just like this. After about 30 seconds, you're going to bring this arm down, walk the hands forward a little more, and you're just going to kind of rock your weight forward and back, kind of further opening up the inside of the hip there. And then you could switch over, same thing, slide the other leg out, reach up towards the ceiling, stretch, and then kind of rock back and forth on the other side. And then when you kind of stand up, just shake everything out a little bit, and you should be pretty good to go.